a hometown unified title defense, man. I would love to do that for my city. You know, I mean, we're fighting here in January. I almost wish we was in my city this fight. You know what I'm saying? But all I cared about, I wasn't focused on the venue. I wasn't focused on who, what, when, where, why, and how. I was just like, you know, put me in the game, coach. Put me in the game. I just want to be in the game, coach. You know, get off the bench, man. And I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to be in front of you guys, man. It's been a long time, and I'm just excited to get back into this ring.
During your layoff, was there any fight you watched on the sidelines as a fan that just kind of got you hyped, like, man, I got to get back in there?
Nah.
No, you just want to get back in?
I mean, I can get back in because I want to get back in. You know, I mean, you know, what they do for their careers and what I do for my careers, this is the life of an athlete. And boxing, you know, we're individuals, you know. There's no franchise, there's no team sport, you know. We're just individuals, man. So I'm striving to do the best I can with what I have when I have it, you know. I mean honestly, I'm surprised nobody thanked me. Nobody came up and thanked me for relinquishing my belt, you know. Shawn Porter and Danny Garcia wouldn't have fought last year if there was no title on the line. Why would they have fought? How could they fight a 12-round fight when they both aren't champions?
Yeah.
How can you make that fight? Huh? Can I get a thank you? Can I get
a
thank you? Oh, okay, cool. Appreciate that, you know. But now it's time to get it back, you know. I really wanted Danny to win the fight for the fans here. I just think it was more electric with Danny's crew, how close he is here to New York and everything. But I predicted Shawn Porter was going to win the fight. You know, I know Shawn very well. I've been in the ring with both of them, and I said it would be what it was, that somebody just needs to have that boy throw more punches, Danny Garcia, you know, just make him be a little bit more active if he wants to win at this level, at this stage of his career.
Keith, your reactions to Bob Arum's alleged offer to Danny Garcia, $3 million to fight Bud Crawford. Do you think Bob Arum is willing to risk his golden goose to fight someone like Danny Garcia that you've been in the ring with?
Yes, it's a dangerous fight for Bud, but it's a winnable fight. Why? Danny don't throw no punches. You know what I mean? It's easy to beat somebody who throws 15 punches around, man. It's what I like to call the numbers game, right? We're at this level, we're all professional, elite athletes. But where is Danny's athleticism, right? We see it in a little bit of his awkward shoulder roll, his little awkward ducking and dodging, and we see the beauty of his boxing in his timing. Everybody knows Danny Garcia can time you. He can time you. But what about when he just needs to fight you? You know, he's not doing that. You know, and Crawford, he switches. He moves around the ring. He has great hand speed. And if you know Danny the way I know Danny, hand speed is intimidating for him. Almost more intimidating than power itself, okay? He doesn't like hand speed. He didn't like it with Amir Khan. He didn't like it with me. He didn't like it with Lamont Peterson. Don't matter. He don't like hand speed. And Terence Crawford has hand speed. So I think out of all the rolling of the dice and putting a gamble out there, yeah, you know, I think Bob Arum was comfortable with that call.
Do you think with that victory over Danny Garcia, let's say Bud beats him, it happens, would that be credible enough to put him in your top 3 147 fighters?
Oh, definitely.
Okay.
You know, definitely. But, you know, like I said, man, but you still got the whole Porter issue. Porter beat him, and I think Porter's way more physical. I don't think it's the same fight if Bud fights Porter now. Oh. I'm not sure that Bud beats Porter, you know. I can lean towards Bud against Danny, and that's leaning because I only lean towards Shawn because Danny is a puncher, boy. He's a puncher, man. He hit me in my arm. I couldn't raise it for 2 days after the fight. Wow. You know what I mean? I was like, you know, I was like, I'm glad, man, you know. And the way it felt, I was also happy that was my arm, because if it was my chin, I know that I wouldn't have been able to withstand that blow. Okay? There's only a limit, and when you produce power above a limit, it don't matter who you are. There ain't no, you know, glass this, you know, good jaw and this and that. A lot of times when you see fighters take good punches, some way, somehow, it wasn't a good punch. Some way, somehow, like something got off of that punch. It just didn't stick. You know what I'm saying? because when they stick, I mean, people drop, man.
Kid, can you tell us something about the daily life of a boxer starting 1 month before the fight? How does your day look like usually?
You know, wake up, have, you know, a simple breakfast, you know, sometimes oatmeal. I've been eating pecans and bananas, real simple type breakfasts, and then head off to the gym. You know, give a little bit of time for the food to digest. You gotta plan your meals and your training. Everything has to be timed, right? And so you have the right time to take the meal. Then right after the meal, at the right time, you take your supplements. I take my supplements before the gym. So now I got substance and supplements. Now it's time to work out. So you work out, you know, you got to do some kind of warm up, whether it be jump rope or just moving around, little light shadow box or something. Got to do some warm up, got to do some stretching. And then it just depends on what kind of day is it. Is it a sparring day? We can do mid work today. We can do strength and conditioning, maybe a little bit of TRX, maybe a little bit of circuit training. I get real creative and just invent like weird circuits. I'll just be like, I'm doing this exercise, I'm gonna grab 25-pound weights, I'm gonna do this one, we're gonna do this and this, and I just make things up, and it's based off of what I want to activate, what kind of workout I want. Do I want a full body workout? Do I want just legs? Do I want upper body? Do I want to burn out my arms today? We're gonna do 1-2, 1-2s on the bag. Then, you know, we leave the gym. It's lunchtime, man. It's lunchtime, and you know, about 70% of the time, lunch is a salad. You know, we get some kind of salad. I got these nice vegan restaurants I go to in downtown St. Pete. I got this tuna salad that I like to get at this little Cubana place. They got these nice pressed Cubans that I'm not allowed to eat right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I go in for the salad. I can still do that. Then after that, you know, we get a little bit of downtime. We get to rest, and approximately at that time, it's probably around my lunch, it's about 3 p.m. So then we get about 5 hours to rest before the late night cardio. And that always, at the start of camp, from the beginning, late night cardio is a minimum of 45 minutes, and it builds into an hour, and it's on some days when I want to push myself, we're doing 90 minutes.
Keith, knowing that,
A breakdown of the Pacquiao Broner fight that's coming up in 3 weeks.
I don't like that fight. You know, it's a hard one, man. It's a hard one to predict Adrien Broner. Who knows? Who knows what kind of emotional state he's going to be in, you know, how ready he's going to be, how bad he wants it. I love this fight for Broner, though. I really, 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 really love this fight for Broner because he's fighting an older Manny Pacquiao. I think Manny Pacquiao has always been a beatable fighter, somebody to, even if you don't beat him, you can compete with him, right? I feel like, you know, a lot of people have competed with Manny Pacquiao. I think Adrien Broner is also going to compete quite well against Manny Pacquiao. Pacquiao being a southpaw, and Adrien Broner's number one asset is that straight right hand. That can play a big role that night. It's the number one weapon against all southpaws with right-handed fighters, and that's his best punch, you know. And we know Floyd utilized it. It was one of Floyd's best punches as well. But as Manny being a southpaw, for me, it's just really up to AB. He is the younger fighter. I think he can be in superior strength and conditioning if he's up for it, and be prepared to do something that he would not be able to do otherwise, which is finally put respect back on his name, you know. And people can be like, well, Manny was old, and that's like the only thing they're gonna be able to say. Like, what else are they gonna be able to say? They can't say nothing else, you know. And he's gonna be like, and I still beat him, and we got paid. AB about Billy's, blah, you know, yeah. You know, so at the end of the day, man, I mean, this is just a tremendous opportunity for that man in his fight, in his career right now. And if I was him, I would step up to the plate and I would play ball and I would be trying to hit a home run, baby.
Keith, knowing that you're an undefeated fighter, okay, so knowing
Last one. We'll make this the last one.
knowing that you're an undefeated fighter, when was the last time you actually lost in anything? Sports, a chess match, like When was the last time you actually lost in anything?
Yeah, it was probably a chess match. you
Really?
know?
Against who? If I may know.
Ah, shit, that's a good one, man. That chess match was so long ago. Huh? No, I haven't lost a Street Fighter yet. No,
I'll put money on.
No.
Who do you like to use in Street Fighter? Who's your favorite character?
I don't know. Which Street Fighter? I don't know. It's been a long time I played. Which one? All of them? It depends. You know, I enjoy Akuma with that whole like air Hado, the whole and the dive kick. You know, and the Raging Demon, bro. The Raging Demon. You know, just light him up.
All right, you guys are going, you're driven this car right into the ditch.
From a Carter brand, as far as you helping him in the gym and mentoring him?
Oh, he's just one of the young fighters that's still amateur. But what I love about Ricardo is that he listens to what I say. He picked up some techniques, some very simple, basic technique, and it looks like he's been boxing for 5 years. And the kid hasn't been boxing for 5 years yet, you know. So I'm just very proud of that. I'm always proud when these fighters listen to the advice that I give because I'm trying to take care of that learning curve. You know, it takes a lot of time to learn the sport of boxing. But if you listen to an expert, you can simplify things and get there quicker, right? Like 13 years after boxing, I went back to my jab. You know, literally, I went back to the fundamentals and I had to relearn how to throw a jab because ultimately I never had an effective jab. I never had a scoring jab. My jab was always a rangefinder for my right hands and my left hooks, okay? So I really wanted to change that and establish, to make myself more well-rounded. Whatever you're good at, know that you're good at that, but you need to focus on what you're not good at. Like, I'll watch kids in the gym, watch them do their shadow boxing. 1 round goes by, 2 rounds go by. I'll be like, you know, in 2 rounds, you never threw 1 right hook to the body. You know, in 2 rounds, you never threw 1 uppercut, the left or the right, you know? I mean, that's 6 minutes, and there's 3 punches that you haven't thrown. So you're limiting yourself, you know? I'm just trying to get them to understand that they need to attack from all angles. And I look forward to actually working with him when I get back because I told him I figured out what kind of fighter he is. Every fighter's a little